Okay, guys, I'll get started with everything. So we'll start with the employee drink. Dakota came up with this employee drink, so Dakota, you can tell them what is in it.
Let's see if I remember it very well, because I know it's a gingerbread sauce that Tiara made,
Yes.
and it's a latte base, right?
Yep. So it has espresso and milk and the gingerbread syrup is what's in it. Okay.
That's
And
what
cinnamon
caused it.
on the top.
Yeah.
Yep. And we're just calling it the gingerbread house. Okay. Okay. Seasonal updates. So not this Monday, but next Monday or on Black Friday, we'll be starting our new food and drink boards. Okay. That includes some baked goods as well. So the baked goods that we have a chai. Well, Tiara, do you want to tell them about the new baked goods? Do you want me to tell them? Okay. So we have a chai cookie. What is the glaze on it, on the snickerdoodle? A caramel glaze. And then the scone is a gingerbread scone, and that has a maple glaze on top of it. We'll also be doing a cranberry muffin as well. So we will no longer have the pumpkin cookie, the pumpkin scone, or the caramel apple muffin. Okay, that's what we're switching out for the new ones. The food, we're going to be switching to the Von Bommel and the William Bradford. And then we're going to be doing a new sandwich that we're calling the Eris Ferris. Ferris. The Eris Ferris it'll be on sourdough. Okay, so we're going to get sourdough bread for that. It'll have apple butter, honey, apple slices, Gouda, and bacon, and it'll be a panini. And then the Von Brammel is on white bread, and then it's a grilled cheese, but we have Dijon, cheddar, provolone, pepper jack, mozzarella, feta. So it's like all of our cheeses on the Von Brammel. And then the William Bradford has cranberry sauce in it. So it's on a honey wheat. It has cranberry sauce, goat cheese. Yeah, and it's on the honey. And turkey, sorry. Okay, so that will be like a Thanksgiving-ish sandwich. And then our drinks, we're going to be switching to eggnog. So the Papanog and the Old St. Nog, we'll be doing both of those. The Winter's Night has cranberry in it. And then the Liv Tyler is a hot chocolate with peppermint? Hazelnut in it. And espresso. So those we'll probably just start them on Black Friday, make it fun. And then the drinks will run through December, and then in January we'll switch out and do a couple. We'll be done with the eggnog, and we'll switch out. I think we're gonna try sugar cookie syrup. So we'll let everyone know what's going on with that when we switch those out. Okay. Any questions about seasonal updates? Okay. Anything that is on the menu now that we still have ingredients for, we will make. Okay. So we have the goat cheese. We can continue to do the Almathea, anything like that. So if people ask, you guys have the instructions back there, and we will continue to make anything that we have ingredients for. Okay. Okay, policy updates. So just reminders about aprons. Make sure when you're not behind the bar, you have them taken off and are hanging up. Okay, guys, just think through cross-contamination. You don't want to be taking out the trash and have your apron on. So just keep those things in mind. Always bathroom needs to be hung up on the hook. All of those things. Again, reminder for time off requests. That should be done 30 days in advance. My college students, make sure you guys are getting your holiday hours in. Schedules in, okay? I'm working out the schedules, and AJ and Owen especially, I don't think you guys have your time off in for when you're going back for break, or maybe you do, but I don't want to schedule you and then you tell me you're going home, okay? So please just make sure that's updated and in there, so I don't mess that up. if ever you guys have communicated something or I've missed something, make sure you're communicating that right away. So when I post those schedule, you guys should really be looking at them. And that way, if I made a mistake, I'll fix that. If you wait until the week before that schedule is the week before you're working, then it's your responsibility. Okay, so only if you do it within me posting the new schedule. If it's my mistake, I'll fix it. Okay, so just make sure you're looking at those schedule postings. Okay, and then these are just some reminders on store policy. We're going to be having homeless people come in. We're just getting into that season. It's going to be cold. So I just want to make sure we have a lot of new staff that you guys are all just aware of our store policies. Anybody that comes into the shop is required to purchase something. We are not the library. We are not a hangout spot. Okay, we can only have this business open because people pay for things to be here. That's how it works. So that is my expectation. Within 20 to 30 minutes, if someone hasn't purchased something, you should go over to them and say, hey, just so you know, we do require that people purchase product to be here. Our Wi-Fi is not free. They should be purchasing something to use the Wi-Fi. All of that stuff we have to pay for, okay? That's just how we're a business. Again, we're like not the library. We don't get grants and money like that, okay?
There's a couple like regulars that will come in. Like
You should speak louder so
sorry.
everyone can.
There's a couple regulars that'll come in, and they like already know the Wi-Fi password, and they'll sit down and use the Wi-Fi or something, and just not get anything and then leave. Like, should we go over and tell them they have to get something?
Yeah, I mean we should. We can process that later. That may be something like we'll just start changing the Wi-Fi password once a month or something like that to avoid those things. But we can talk about that later and figure that out. But yes, I mean, people really should, if it's like a once-off thing, but they're typically always buying something, we don't have to make a huge deal of that. But like, if they're once a week buying something and coming in every single day and using our Wi-Fi, then yes, then that would, right? Like, again, we're a business. We're not like a hangout place. So that includes homeless people. They cannot be in here sleeping on our couches. They cannot be laying on our couches. No one should be laying on our couches. That's not what we are. We're not your living room. We are a business. That really isn't happening. So again, the same thing with homeless people. Like the expectation would be that they buy something. If a customer wants to buy them something, that's fine. That would be acceptable. But again, they cannot just be here hanging out for 8 hours and buying a cup of coffee at 8 a.m. and then being here until 3 p.m. Okay, like at some point we should be saying like, hey, you can't just be in here hanging out all day. You do need to purchase something again. All right. If we don't typically have issues with homeless people, but if again, like I don't know who that's going, like if that will change or whatever. So if you guys are feeling uncomfortable or they're not acting appropriately or whatever, that includes any customer really, you should be communicating that stuff. Send it to me in Homebase, tell me when it happened, what they look like, all of those things, so that way we have record of it. Again, it's the Echoes is our local homeless shelter, but they close during the day, so that then pushes out the homeless people to find somewhere else to be, okay? So that's why we kind of see that a little bit more, and they can't just hang out. I mean, they can just hang out outside, but it's cold. So, again, they can be here, but they just have to be purchasing something.
Also, if someone's actively making you feel uncomfortable, you can tell the barista and we can make them leave. Like, you don't have to, like, wait until they're gone.
Yeah, yes, you should communicate, yeah. And again, that's what I'm saying, like, send me a Homebase message so that way I have it on record. That way if Abby's telling me that and then Annika tells me the same thing, like, then I'm like, you guys might not know it was the same person, but then I'm seeing what's going on here and can do what I need to do because of that, okay? Plus we can communicate as we need to between one another. Again, I think E-Town is a safe place, but you never know who's going to walk in here, guys. So I want you to feel safe and all of those things, but I don't know what I don't know. So just make sure you're communicating. Also, like, that, another thing with that is if they are, like, if you're really just that uncomfortable, then you call the police. That's what they're there for, okay? They'll come in here and do a report and whatever they need to do. That's fine. You would just let me know if you're doing something like that, okay? And will evaluate if there is an issue or not an issue, okay? All of that information is it's right by the phone. There's a little card that says my phone number and the police station's phone number, like all of that stuff. So you would just use that if that's what you need. That's the same thing with outside food or drink as well. We don't allow outside food or drink in here. We provide all of that stuff. So the only exception is like Voluche on Fridays and Saturdays. They get baked goods. I don't care if they eat them here. Like, she sends them down here because she's not serving coffee. So that if they want coffee, she's like, so I'm not going to get like super extra about that. She's sending business our way, and it's only Fridays and Saturdays. So, but otherwise, like, people can't just be bringing in their own baked goods and sitting here eating. Like, a snack is one thing. If they're in here studying, a water bottle is fine. But like, not bringing in pizza. We're not just bringing in chips. Like, we serve all of that stuff. So the expectation would be that customers are purchasing from us. Again, not a hangout spot. We are a business. Okay. Any questions about that? Policy updates? Okay. If you're not sure, just ask. Okay, Jenna has been here. She was here all last season, winter season, so she can help answer questions as well if you're just not sure, and we'll figure it out if we need to. Okay, there will always be new situations, so just be flexible and ask. I want to care for people well, but understanding that within boundaries as well. Okay, just customer service, again, just reminding everyone, make sure you're acknowledging customers quickly, okay? We don't want them to feel like we haven't seen them, we don't care, all of those things. So you call out a drink, I'll be with you in a minute, and go, if you have to finish something or whatever. If the barista's popping downstairs, making sure you're communicating to food, hey, I'm running downstairs, so food can be aware, like, I need to keep an eye out. If you're on dishes, make sure you're looking in the mirror, keeping an eye out if there's customers at the register. We want to just be quick at those things. We're also, like, people may be more generous this holiday season. People may also be angry. We can get all kinds of people. It's getting colder, all of those things, snow. Like, we just want to be kind. So just try to make sure that as you come in for each shift, people may just be feeling some kind of way, and we have the opportunity to change their day in that and care for them well. Don't take it personally. That's, like, not what it's about. It's our job to make a difference in everybody else. Okay, and then DoorDash. This is just a reminder that you're writing notes on the receipts. So if a drink was forgotten the other day, make sure you pull that receipt out and write that on the receipt. Whenever we get a DoorDash error, I look at you guys' receipts to see what happened. So my expectation would be that someone wrote on there so that I know that's true and not. For all I know, the Dasher took their drink and they're reporting that they never got their drink. So I'm saying I'm not paying, give us our money back. But if you guys really didn't send it along by accident, just make sure that you're writing that on the receipt. Anything weird that has happened or that you have had to communicate with a customer or anything like that, write that up on the receipt. And then just make sure, again, you're setting the right time. So when a DoorDash is coming in, just picking the appropriate time to make sure that when the Dasher's showing up, we're doing a good job of getting them the order at that time we said. That's the same with online orders. We have 30 minutes for the online orders, so making sure we get those orders out at that time. We're not fast food, but people expect that. They don't understand our process. They don't understand that we're building the sandwich from the bread up. They don't understand that we grind and weigh and pull every single espresso shot. Okay, so what I would tell somebody who doesn't want to come in here and wait, okay, place an online order. I want to know that you guys will have that order done and out by that time. Okay, so those things are important. If that's what we're communicating, hey, you don't want to stand here and wait, well, then do this instead. And we are timely about that, Yeah.
And if a Dasher shows up super early, and there's still time on the ticket. They can wait until the time is correct. Also,
If you can get it done, like if
Yeah.
it works to get it,
Yeah.
we should have it done by the time we said we would. But if they come early and you have time to work that in, then go ahead and get it out. You don't have to, make them wait.
right, but if you're super busy and you're actively trying to work it in, and they're just here and they're impatient, they can wait. Like
Yes, they can. They can also
They're
leave
fine.
in a different dasher can come back. Okay.
Also, I wouldn't. Sometimes we add way too much time on the door dashes just because we want to get everything in here done first, which we should want to get everything in here done first. But we can also work in the door dashes, so I wouldn't add more than like 5 or 10 minutes to the time the tablet says, because the tablet does.
Already 15 minutes, I think.
Yeah.
Here.
Well, it changes depending on how busy we are that day. Like,
Oh,
it
gotcha.
does it
Okay.
now. So
Okay.
yeah, I wouldn't add like 40 minutes on a DoorDash. That's
Yeah, they see that. Customers see that as well, so that would mean we then would get less door dashes, which is important, guys. Like that, like our online orders are just as important as in-store orders as well. Like especially on rainy days, snowy days, like we'll probably see DoorDash spike up, and that's good. Like we're gonna have less foot traffic most likely, so we want to have more online orders as well. Anything else with that?
No.
Okay. Okay, and then the other thing, whenever you guys are doing to-go orders, make sure you're writing the name of the sandwich on the box. Okay, that should be happening for, especially if someone just got the Miss Annie Oakley, fine, that's fine. But if they got the Miss Annie Oakley and the Black Bear, write on those boxes. Okay, that way customers know what sandwich is what. It's just one less thing. It makes it nicer for them.
And if they get like 2 goji ones or something, I always just put like what bread they got. I don't think there's a difference in them. Like goji
Yes.
ones.
Yeah.
I noticed that you can actually print out labels.
oh yeah, you can. It can print tickets and individual labels, so you can like stick them on the
So we,
boxes.
like for the item.
Mm-hmm.
We can look at that, Brandon. We don't have sticky things,
No.
so
have tape,
we
but that's it.
right. We would just have to tape it on. Let me look at that tomorrow. You guys can show me one of them, and then that should probably be fine. We just have to calculate receipt paper for that. So let me just look at it, and then I can verify if that's fine. I also want to make sure we're consistent, so that like online orders should get the same care writing on the box, and the same like if a customer is getting an in-house customer is getting a to-go order writing on the box. I want to just be consistent in those things. Okay. Then we have some day-to-day information. Make sure again that you guys are doing closing and opening checklists. Okay, that those should be completed. That's what helps make sure nothing is missed, that we're not missing restock, that we're not missing out around. So use those checklists. Make sure you're checking things off. Same with restock, making sure that that's getting done. I know the other morning, you guys were busy, and restock wasn't great from the night before.
Right.
Yeah, so like that just puts everybody in a bind. What was it? Eggs? No.
No, it was well, that was part of it. It was Friday night. No, Thursday night into Friday, so Friday morning.
Yes.
It was really busy.
You guys ran out of pretty much everything. You
Yeah.
came down and took everything out of our fridge.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, so again, guys, just making sure that like that stuff, or communicating well, like if we just had yes,
Thursday
right,
was really
Thursday
busy.
was the tree lighting, so makes sense that we probably are low, but then send a message or leave a note saying like, hey, we're really low on these things, we restocked everything that we could, but that way when someone comes in the next morning at 7 o'clock, if we're not getting slammed right away, they can pop right downstairs and start doing what they need to do without like, wait, now I'm starting to get all these orders and I don't have what I need, and then there's panic. Okay. Communication, like I'm always forever going to preach communication. It's what makes everybody's jobs easier, to communicate to one another. So before you clock out at the end of the night, communicate, leave a note. That's why we have notepads. Like all of those things is what's going to make everybody's job easier. Okay, scrubbing the sinks. That's not getting done. All of the sinks should be scrubbed out every night. That's the kitchen as well, Dakota and Tierra. Like, make sure you guys.
Yeah, I started doing that.
Okay. Then they probably need to be scrubbed harder because when I looked at them this past week, they're not great.
Okay.
The
I'll do so.
sanitizer ones, especially, they just get dirtier. But making sure use the green scrubby and get those sides scrubbed. Like, they should always be scrubbed out before you leave your shift. And then at the end of the night, they can be done. They just need to be done once a day. So I don't care if you guys do that during the day if you have time when you empty a sink, but they need to be being done once a day. So for up here behind the bar, that makes most sense when you're leaving. Okay, when you're at the end of closing stuff. Okay, and then wiping down the baker's case. That's mainly my baristas, but that doesn't, like food, you guys can help with that if you're all caught up and done. The bottom of it should be getting wiped out. The crumbs can fall from the baked goods, so again, just making sure that we're getting those cleaned up. We don't want cross-contamination. Making sure if we have an open bottle of seltzer, the cap is on the top of it so nothing can fall in that. And then the whipped cream bottles need to be being wiped off every night. That includes the nozzle. So use your sanitizer rag, clean those off. Okay, they're just getting too gross. So they need to be, that can be more than probably once a day.
No, yeah, I can.
Yeah, so, at shift change, it can happen, at shift change, and then again at the end of the night, making sure that those whipped cream bottles are cleaned up, and then the case is wiped down.
Also, anytime like something just drips on the handle or something, like just wipe it off.
Yes,
Because that's gross.
yes, yeah. It keeps you guys cleaner. You're not going to go over and touch the POS with dirty hands, like all of that stuff. So we just want to just be aware of trying to keep your space clean. That's important. Again, that's like all cross-contamination stuff. So that's how we get people sick. All of those things are why it's so important. Okay. Just a couple other things that I just want you guys to know. Not my baristas. Does anybody know what beans we roast in our coffee? What's in our house coffee blend? That's one of them. In our espresso blend. Yes. Brazil and Colombia are in our espresso blend. Okay? And then our house blend is different. That's Papua New Guinea, Brazil, and Guatemala. Okay? So espresso blend is 50-50, Brazil and Colombia. And then the house is majority Papua New Guinea, then Brazil, and then Guatemalan is the least amount in our house
Isn't it
blend.
written back there? So
Huh?
it's written on the whiteboard back there.
I did write it on the whiteboard. Okay, that's important, guys. If customers ask you, you don't tell them you don't know. Okay, super embarrassing. We're a coffee shop. You all should know what is in our house blend of coffee. Especially my baristas, you all should know that for sure. You should be tasting the notes in those things. That's why we go over all of that stuff. I care about that. Kenzie and I spent time making that blend. So it matters. Our roaster right now is Square One. They get the top 3% of beans in the world. Okay, I pay extra money for stuff like that. We're gonna be an excellent coffee shop, right? That's what I want to be. So if a customer comes in and asks you and you say, well, I'm not really sure. Okay, not cool. I've been in that. I literally just the other day I went to a coffee shop and they roast their own coffee and can't tell me where your beans are coming from. This is going to be terrible. I know it. And I haven't even tasted it yet. And that's not what I want to be. Like, I want to be a place where we know what we're talking about and what we're doing. And that's training on our end. That's important. Jenna's training on that, that you guys are knowing that stuff. So if you're not sure, always ask those questions. Don't just tell a customer you don't know. Try to find out the information before you do that. I would call me on the phone. Like, I would answer those questions over the phone. Like, I would rather that than say, well, I don't really know anything about our coffee. If they ask the roast, it's a medium roast, but that's even like,
It's on the darker side of the medium.
yeah, but it's not like that. They roast the beans to the best quality of the origin of them.
So when someone asks for like a dark roast or a blonde roast, we don't have that. It's just
Our
just like-
roaster roasts
it's
the.
just our house blend.
Yeah, you can say that, like, medium for just a regular customer walking in, medium would be sufficient to explain it that way. If someone seems more interested than that, then you can tell them, like, well, our roaster roasts them according to their origin, so it's not really like that. If someone's doing it well.
It's not a Starbucks dark roast.
It's not. We don't do that here. We're not burning
Disgusting,
coffee.
by the way.
Yes. Okay, and then the chai concentrate, you all should know that we make that here, just so everybody is aware of what is in that. The recipe is downstairs. You could pop down and ask Dakota, or Tiara could give you the recipe if someone needed to know. It's also on the back of our retail bottles. Thank you. You would not give out ratios, just to be clear. You do not give away the recipe, but if someone needs to know what's in the ingredients, then we need to be able to do that. All of our bread, what is in our bread, is in the binder beside, right below the register. So if someone needed to know what ingredients was in the bread, you would pull that binder up and you can get all of that information there, okay? Same with soups, like anything we make in-house, we do have to provide ingredients if someone would ask for that. So you would just pop downstairs and get that. But our chai is a black tea, okay? Sugar, organic sugar, and honey is in it. And then we do cloves, black pepper, ginger, and cardamom, and then cinnamon sticks are in that as well, okay? You can just say spices. If someone wants to know specifically, then you can grab a recipe, but knowing sugar and honey is in there, all important. I don't know if everyone knows how to read an ingredient label, but whatever ingredient is the most is always listed first in an ingredient label, okay? So if someone needed to know that, it would be listed that way on our labels, on our chai labels. Okay, any questions about day-to-day information or any of the stuff that we went over so far? Okay. Things to come. So second Friday we have, that'll be December 13th. We'll be in the scavenger hunt. It will be some kind of Christmas theme. Heidi Swanson is going to be the artist. She does I think some cover songs type of thing. So she'll be here. And then Barb is going to keep up her artwork for December. She's going to switch out some stuff for more holiday Christmassy paintings. For those of you who don't know, Barb did all of our windows. So that was Barb. Yes. Yes.
Real life
I never
Barb.
see her. I just know that she all of her stuff is always.
Yes. Yeah, she did a great job. If you guys didn't know, she went back through and added the Folklore Fox in there, so that's super fun. She did this side window, if you haven't seen it, on High Street. Yeah, she's just done a really great job of doing the windows up. Okay. Christmas party, just a reminder for that. If you guys haven't signed up, it'll be Sunday the 8th. So not this Sunday, but the next Sunday. We'll do 2 p.m. We're just going to do appetizers. I'll get a sign-up sheet out to everybody, and we'll all sign up for something to bring. We're going to do ugly sweater. There will be an ugly sweater contest. And we'll do a white elephant gift. Again, reminder on white elephant is something nice. We're not going to do gag gifts. That's not fun. So things that, you would want to get in return. Okay. It can be, we have enough. It can be boy related or girl related. That's fine. And then just communicate that when we exchange, if it needs, or put something on the package that makes that clear. But we'll do some kind of game with that. You're welcome to bring a guest. Brandon, you are welcome. Finn will be here. So if you want to bring your kids, more than welcome to do that. Okay. It will be casual, guys. So I just want, would love to have everyone here that we can just be together. We're not going to do a team meeting in December. So that will just kind of be our meeting for that month. Okay. And we'll start back up on all of our regular meeting stuff at the end of January then. Okay. We will be closed, obviously, Thanksgiving. We're going to be closed Christmas Day and New Year's Day, and then we're closing at 4 p.m. both Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve. Okay, make that simple. Both are Tuesdays, I think. that means whoever is working, it might be a long shift those days. I'll see however I can get those broken up. I'll try to break them up if I can, but it just might be a longer shift that day to get everything closed up. Okay. Okay, do you guys have any notes or anything that you want to go over with me that we need to talk about?
I have a question.
Yeah.
For the white elephant, are our guests bringing a present too?
Oh, they can, yes.
I
Yeah, all staff should bring a gift, but yes, guests should if they want to participate. It's kind of boring if you don't, but they don't have to either. But all staff should. That's like awkward if staff, yeah.
I've been noticing when we're closing that the vacuum has not been like getting emptied, like the filter. It's been
Yeah.
really gross and really built up, and it oftentimes like when I go to vacuum, nothing's getting sucked up because it's so full.
Okay.
So if you could just do that,
Sorry.
that would be great.
Yes, Abby.
Customer allergies need to be like working. Like there's been a couple instances lately where like they tell you whoever's ringing them up and then it doesn't get communicated to everyone else, especially with peanut butter. That's a big one because you have peanut butter behind the bar and like blenders get washed together. So that needs to be communicated to customers and us just so that like everyone's aware.
Yeah, that's a big deal, guys. So you should take that order and then you should go back to so that's like a, hey, I'll be with you in a second, and you immediately go back to food or to drink and verbally tell them as well. Okay? We don't want someone to get sick. Again, those are all big deals. Anything else?
actually have a question. On Saturday, we got like pretty busy, and there was like a line, and then it went away for a second, and then there was like a huge line again. If that happens, and drinks and food are both like really busy, and they need that third person, like should I have gone off register at that point and like gone to help, and then let people like wait in line if they want to, or I forget. how
So
that
2
works.
and
So,
2
like,
were on food and drink.
Yeah.
Actually, it was technically 2 were on food and 3 were on drinks. I had 2 floaters that day. So Ellie's is mainly on register that
I guess
day.
it was.
I mean, they kept up with food pretty well, but she did have to pop back like.
Yes.
I know it's best
And then I just-
Yes.
wondering like.
No,
what-
yeah. When I have 2 floaters, you can pop back on food because I'll just have one of them.
Yes. So that she's right. So like the register, if we have 6 people here that day, then the register person would pop on food. You know, we want to try to keep in that 20-minute mark as best as we can. So jump on food, help with that. That's going to take longer than drinks. And then the drink floater person would do register and prep. It's more seen. So like customers can see drinks and drinks can see customers so that they can.
It was like a wait for the drinks and food, but I didn't.
Yeah. Yes. So that's what. Yeah. Yeah. It wouldn't make sense for you to get through that long line and then go back and help. Like, we should just slow it down a minute and then let the drink floaters handle register, and you would keep getting food out. And then if you get food caught up, then jump on drinks, or, you know, whatever the drink lead would tell you where they want you would be best. Yeah, that's good. Any other things?
Is the ugly sweater contest for just the employees, or is it for the guests too?
No, you can do it for everybody.
Cool.
It's meant to be fun, so, yeah.
For the white elephant gift, I've never done it before. Is it supposed to be like wrapped so they don't know like what they're getting?
Yep, correct. Yep.
Is
Yeah.
the bag okay? Like a
Yeah,
gift bag?
mhm,
Okay.
yeah.
Do we open it when we're doing it?
Typically, that's how I like to do it. Yes. So we'll like, you pick the gift and then you open it and then someone can steal it. Yeah.
I don't know how that works.
Huh?
Are we just gonna explain the rules? It's like
I
just
will
steal,
explain
like,
that.
everyone's stuff.
No, you can steal one. Yeah.
Okay, so don't bring pans. Don't bring pans. Apparently,
Yes.
we'll take them.
Pans? That's what everyone remembers. It wasn't even me.
Yes, it was.
No, Ryan took
Okay,
it.
he did. You were
Wait,
like,
what happened?
The frying pan, which I use every single day, just to be clear.
I remember because
I
someone
do.
took the pan and she was like, "You need to go get that pan."
I didn't do that. He did that. Whatever. I use it every day. Felicity brought that. That's funny. Yes. You always know the good gifts because they get stolen the whole time. Okay, any other questions? Okay, I'm just gonna go over a couple reviews that we've gotten recently. So this one was what was this? This was like some of the busy weekends that we had. This place has a nice atmosphere, feels like home. It seems like a local gem. The best brownie I've had in a coffee shop, my Nutella hot chocolate was perfect too. Will definitely come once again once I'm back in this area. 10 out of 10 recommend. Pretty good trick here in making a big space still feel cozy, comfortable. Add in one of the more creative custom specialty coffee menus I've seen with some great treats and friendly staff. It's a winner. This was my first stop here, so just kept it with a basic Americano, but it was perfect. Also, actually open early. What's up with coffee places that open at 9 a.m.? It's so welcoming. Bonus that it's located right in the town square. Plenty of parking in the back. Just got to look a little bit. Folklore gets 5 stars from me. I arrived about 15 minutes after they opened and they were empty. I set my stuff down, stepped outside. When I came back and my usual coffee was on the table. No asking, no inclination to order yet, just someone going above and beyond. No, I think it was just a regular coffee for that one. Yeah. When I am lost, I come here. Every time I've been, this place feels like the perfect choice. The food is not only delicious, but also reasonably priced, and the extensive menu offers so many options to choose from. One of my favorite things is their cozy couch. It's ideal spot to sit, relax, and get some work done. This coffee shop embodies everything a great coffee place should be: intimate, comforting, and filled with inviting aroma of fresh coffee. You guys are just guessing. Guys, that stuff is important. Like, you help create that atmosphere. You know, I can put stuff up here, but that's not what creates a space. It helps, but the way that we invite people in, you know, knowing a customer, getting their coffee ready, like that stuff, you know, that's fine. Like, I don't mind getting someone their regular coffee once in a while, right? Like, that's it. That's the reviews that we get. That's how people feel cared for. I want to do those things. That's the way that we can bless somebody and make their day different. So again, like, you guys have the opportunity to do that. That's why our core values are important. That's why, you know, I take time to talk about those things in the interview process. Like, it really matters who I have here, and I appreciate all of the hard work that you guys do. I can't be here every second of the day. I can't do all of the things, and so having a good team to help support that is a big deal. So I'm thankful. Like, that's it. Those comments, this is the kind of place that I want to provide people to come into, and you guys are making that happen. So I appreciate it a lot. Okay. We're not going to please everybody either, so I just, like, that is also the reality. But what is important to me is that I know the staff that I have. So even if someone had, you know, we got a 1-star review about having to wait for 20 minutes, and I highly doubt that that was because one of you were being rude. Like, they probably just didn't understand all of the things that we had. It might be a reality that they waited 20 minutes, and I might not love that, but the reality is there was probably other stuff going on. And I'm thankful that I can see that. Like, I know that you guys are working hard, and that it's not just like, okay, well, now I have to talk to this person again because things still aren't happening right? Like, that's not, you all take feedback very well, and really do strive to be excellent. And that, again, that matters to me. That's the kind of place that I want to be. And I want to be able to not have to check in with somebody and say, well, is this true? No, I can just respond to that review and say, that's not how we do things here. I'm, you know, sorry that was your experience, but there was probably other stuff that happened in the back end.
Yeah,
You know? Yes. That's what I tell them.
That's what I was telling.
That's why Jenna doesn't do reviews. Okay, so to end the Folklorian Night this month is Abby. She has done a great job. She's been very diligent, and I really appreciate your attitude. I think that you have led well. I think you've taken feedback well, and helped during really busy times. My guys at the tree lighting on Thursday night, big deal. Like, that was probably the first year that we didn't have to be in here helping to make drinks. So you guys did a great job. You kept up with everything. I could walk behind the bar and still leave. Like, again, that's a big deal. Like, I appreciate that. Saturdays have been going really well. You guys have been leading and directing in that. I haven't had to pop over and, work. So we're getting a good team, guys, and you guys are being efficient and flowing well. So I appreciate that. I appreciate you, Abby. Thank you. Okay, so to end, I'm just going to leave you with this quote. Perfection has to do with the end product, but excellence has to do with the process. Okay. Okay, so I think that is everything. Just guys, make sure you please clean up your mugs, get everything cleaned up. Kristen, Sophie, and Macy, you guys don't leave so I can go over some stuff for closing with you guys, okay? But everybody else, I think that you're all good to go then, okay? That, Kristen, yes, thank you. Okay, thanks guys.